What is going on, guys? This is Versus All Gaming with my review of Kill la Kill episode 22. And this episode, it was pretty amazing actually. It was very touching and I definitely enjoyed it a lot. So the episode, it starts off with us, seeing Ryuko continue to terror Junketsu, and we see Mako and Shinketsu. They're asking her if she's alright, and of course she isn't, because she was saying that, it hurt a lot. And by her, ripping off that life fiber, you should see her covered in blood. So somehow, she's still standing, she's still alive actually, because we knew that they said that if she took this off, she was going to die. But Ryuko, she's one strong girl, and it's crazy, the kind of pain that she can endure. But we have Nue here, who is fine, of course, and she pulls out the scissor sword, and of course we see that her wound is healing, because we know that she's infused with like life fibers. And so now she was saying that it was a bad idea that Ryuko, had threw her scissor sword inside of her, because now she plans on using them both. And so we see Mako, she actually throws Senketsu to Ryuko, and we have Nue here, appearing once again as she wants to cut Senketsu into pieces before, it can reach Ryuko. But he was able to like tear her, he tore himself apart and actually used it as a springboard, which Nue said, that she done a springboard. But we see now that they actually become one again as Ryuko puts them on, and it was pretty epic the way that she looked once we saw them synchronized, because that right there was like freaking awesome. And so of course now we actually see Nue like kind of having this fear in her eye, and it was just from as Satsuki said, from Ryuko's spirit. But now we have the remains of Junketsu and trying to like crawl away. But Satsuki here actually used her new weapons to like pin into the ground. And so now we see that Nue here was kind of like put it down Junketsu. Senketsu. She'll put it down Senketsu, but Ryuko, she like definitely stuck up for him and Mako as well. And she said that she is never gonna take off Senketsu again. So I'm guessing now we like never have to worry about her, like going down that depressing, like kind of like evil route. And now we see that her bond with Senketsu is now stronger than ever, because not only is her own blood running through it, but now she has the feelings, or I believe that she has like summon blood from Mako and Satsuki as well. And that right there is pretty freaking awesome. And so we get like this standoff between Nue and Ryuko, and that right there was pretty cool. And we even got this like fight between them, and it was definitely awesome how easily Ryuko got both of the scissor blades. That right there was really awesome. And we see that when Ryuko was holding it, we see that the purple one is now red. And so now because of that, Nue here is kind of like weaponless, but she can still fight, as we saw her, impale, as she impaled like this needle, or this needle through Ryuko's neck. But it was kind of like an after image, as Ryuko's speed, was just so freaking fast, and she easily got behind her. And not only that, she also cut off Nue's arms, and that right there, was kind of crazy. And so of course, Nue thought that her arms, she's gonna be able to like use them again. But we see that, thanks to Ryuko having these now scissor swords, she could kind of stop their, regeneration. And now we see that her arms have broke down into life fibers, and Senketsu here actually absorbed them. So clearly, this is the first time that we ever see, Nue really in trouble. And she was losing a ton of blood, like a lot. But right before Ryuko could like finish her off, we have all of these like cover warriors appearing around Nue. And then she was also saved by a regular assistant here. And of course, when they were flying off in this helicopter, they go try to stop her. But we have all of those covers just blocking all those missiles that like Hoko was shooting at her from that cannon. And just when Ryuko was actually going to chase after him in their Gale form, we see that Senketsu didn't want that to happen, because Ryuko had lost a ton of blood, so there was no way they could allow that to happen. And so now with like all those cover members still there, we just see that Hoka and the other guy, I believe his name was like Lori, they had made a mass production of these suction cannons, and now basically everybody was using them. And it was funny how like Ira here basically became like a tank as they carried like 9 cannons at once. That was definitely impressive. But they came in to save these people that were like trapped in the clothes. And not only that, we see that they are former like club presidents that Ryuko had defeated, earlier on in the series. And so now we have Satsuki here, who actually told, Mako family to treat them. And we have the sewing club that had absorbed, all of these life fibers so that they can use them for like future purposes. And now back on the helicopter, we have Nue very pissed off. And we just see that like blood was going everywhere. Like just like Ryuko, I'm surprised that she's still alive at this point. But that right there is the power of life fibers. But she had blood going everywhere, and it was just covering Ragyo's assistant face. And so of course Nue was pissed because she definitely felt like she didn't have to be rescued because apparently she could still fight. And now she got really pissed at this assistant here, and I believe that she might be planning on killing her. But she was saying that as long as this ultimate Kamui gets completed, she does not care what happens to her. So she doesn't even care about dying. But then we go back to Ryuko and Satsuki, who were talking, and this time Satsuki had wanted to stand with Ryuko and fight, but Ryuko was saying that if she could take her punches, that this should allow her. And just when Ryuko had went to go punch her, we have Ira and Sanagayama. They actually took the punches for her because she was saying that a normal person cannot take a punch from her, and yet these two took it and they were just fine. And so they were saying that her punches, they were like half-hearted, and then we have all of the Elite Four stepping in. So basically how Ryuko feels like she had these idiots Mako and Senketsu always protecting and looking out for her. Satsuki has also the idiots as well. She has the Elite Four. And so basically, they were able to stay on this common ground, and now they're definitely going to fight together to bring down Ragyo. And just when things were like getting so good, we have Mako mother here bringing those, I forgot what they're called, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what they are. But if you look at this, as somebody pointed that out, when Ira was eating, he could not take his eyes off of Mako. So clearly this ship is definitely sailing and it's going strong. But Satsuki character is definitely surprising me because it's kind of weird seeing her so happy, but I gotta say I definitely like that. But now we see that Nue here, she's actually using her mouth to work on the ultimate Kamui, and that right there is kind of like freaking crazy. But now we see that Junketsu is back to normal, and we see that not only are they infusing it with like Satsuki blood, but they're also using parts of Senketsu as well. So that right there is pretty freaking cool. And it was hilarious, when like Tsumagu was calling Satsuki a nudist, she had just went on there and ignored him. That right there definitely made me laugh a lot. But now we see that Lori, hopefully I'm saying the guy's name right, but he's the leader of the sewing club, and of course he worked closely with Satsuki, even though he's not part of the Elite Four. But we see now that he could start making these new ultimate uniforms, which sound pretty freaking awesome, and he actually has one as well, and it's called the Order Regalia. And I'm not gonna lie, his uniform, it makes him look pretty badass. That right there I definitely gotta admit. And so now we go to Satsuki, who was actually telling everybody, what Ragyo plans on doing. And now we see that she flying to the academy so that she can use this original life fiber as kind of like a beacon to shoot up into space so that the other life fiber can like come to Earth. And basically, their whole plan is to cover the Earth in life fibers so that way they can make it explode. And even though, it's for resources, it's also the way that they also, spread their seeds throughout the galaxy so that way they'll get these other life fibers that can do their bidding. And so now, of course, they have to stop her, and Ryuko and Satsuki are really the only ones that can really oppose Ragyo. So Satsuki here actually puts Akiro in charge. And so now we see that Ryuko and Satsuki, they're definitely going to fight. And I believe that it was Satsuki Butler. He had told Ryuko, I should say, to protect Satsuki. And when she got to call her sister, I really wish that she could have said it, because that right there would have been so perfect. But Satsuki was saying that, that it's alright. She had to force herself. And so now we see that Ryuko, who's been really emotional in this episode, we see that once again he was crying because earlier he had cried when Ryuko had stood up for him, and now he's crying again at the bond that is that there's a sisterly bond that is definitely forming between Satsuki and Ryuko. And so now we see that both of them, they are now transforming as Satsuki is wearing a Junketsu again. And for some reason, this scene where we see both of them transforming, it was definitely my favorite part of the episode. And to me, it was like definitely powerful. And so I'm probably going to use, for the picture and the thumbnail for the video, I'm probably going to use, that picture of both of them in their, transform states. Because to me, that scene, it was just so powerful because you see how far the characters have come. And so now we see that this attack that Ragyo let out, and I believe that she used these miniature life fiber missiles, and we see now that she had attacked the ship before, but of course the Elite Four were going to deal with them while Ryuko and Satsuki go deal with Ragyo. And so when both of them has transformed, we see that Ryuko here had went into her Senketsu, Gale form, and she was actually going to let Satsuki, ride with her, but she was saying that would be necessary, as not only can, Satsuki, really wear Junketsu now, or at least I think she can. We also see that she has now gotten Senketsu forms, but she calls her Junketsu Whirlwind. And I gotta say, both of their forms, looking like that, were pretty cool. And we see that they were flying around, taking out these missiles. And now we see this gigantic cover, appearing from the sea like it's Godzilla. You just see all these faces are inside of it. So you gotta wonder how many people are in there. But then out of nowhere, we just see this closet fall down, and this fist sending it back. And of course, it only belongs to one person. And we now see that Mako is once again wearing a uniform. And that right there was so freaking epic. I'm glad to see Mako is fighting, because her character is definitely very important. And now we see her in action once more. Because I gotta say, that episode when she first put on a uniform, I definitely liked it. And I am glad that, they brought it back. So this episode was very good. It was a good setup, and the bondiness between the sisters, it was perfect. So I give this episode a great rating, because to me, that right there is what it was. But as always, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helps me out. And you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.